Welcome to the show. WWE Nation. This is SmackDown Spotlight, your update center for matches and news. Hit that bell and let's begin. Jon Moxley recently made a move that shocked the AEW world. He rejected an offer from Don Callis. What seemed like a simple no has far-reaching consequences for the company, the fans, and the storylines that could define AEW in 2025. This wasn't just a refusal, it was a moment that set the stage for some of the most compelling narrative possibilities AEW has delivered in years. The Don Callis Family, a dominant faction in professional wrestling today, extended an offer to Moxley not as a subordinate, but as an equal. It was a chance to align with some of the top talents in the company and potentially influence the main event scene. And Moxley? He declined. The offer that could have changed everything. On AEW Collision, the tension in the arena was palpable when Don Callis made his entrance accompanied by Konosuke Takeshita, Kyle Fletcher, and Will Ospreay. Don Callis delivered a promo that highlighted Moxley's accomplishments and suggested a partnership that could have reshaped AEW. The offer wasn't just about joining a faction. It was about opportunity, strategy, and a shared vision for dominance. Fans watched as Moxley faced the proposition, knowing this could have been a turning point in his career. Moxley's response. Rather than accepting, Moxley stood firm in his principles. He delivered a passionate speech emphasizing his independence, his unwillingness to follow orders, and his commitment to carving his own path. While some might see this as stubborn, it's consistent with the Moxley persona fans know and respect. He has always been a character defined by resilience and self-reliance, someone who prefers to take risks on his own terms rather than rely on alliances. His rejection wasn't reckless. It was true to his identity. The fallout. The reaction to Moxley's decision was immediate. The Don Callis family remained composed, understanding that the rejection wasn't a setback, but part of a larger strategy. This move set up a natural rivalry, creating tension that immediately captured fan interest. Social media buzzed with speculation, analysis, and predictions, and the wrestling world collectively asked, what happens next? The dynamic between Moxley and the faction became a storytelling goldmine, full of moral questions, character growth, and potential alliances. Why this works for storytelling. Moxley's refusal highlights a fascinating balance between character integrity and narrative opportunity. From a storytelling perspective, it reinforces who he is, a lone wolf, a fighter who doesn't compromise. It creates a compelling moral question for the audience. Is independence always the best path, or could collaboration offer greater rewards? From a narrative standpoint, this tension engages viewers on multiple levels: emotionally, strategically, and morally. The storyline doesn't rely on shock alone. It thrives on the complexity of the choices being made. The Don Callis family dynamic. The family itself is equally compelling. Don Callis is strategic, charismatic, and always several moves ahead. His offer to Moxley was never just about recruiting another member. It was about testing, understanding, and manipulating circumstances to his advantage. Meanwhile, the other members each bring unique dynamics. Ospreay is a star with immense talent. Takeshita is disciplined and loyal. And Fletcher represents youthful ambition and unpredictability. Together, they form a faction with layered personalities and potential internal tensions. Moxley's rejection sets the stage for exploring those relationships and revealing cracks in the group's cohesion, setting up future storylines. Following the rejection, AEW opened the door to countless storyline possibilities. Moxley could face challenges against individual members of the Don Callis family, allowing for matches that showcase his toughness, strategy, and determination. The faction's response to his refusal establishes stakes, consequences, and intrigue without resorting to extremes. By keeping the conflict intense but safe and storyline-focused, AEW ensures fans remain invested while maintaining a character-driven approach. The gauntlet concept. One potential storyline angle involves a gauntlet-style series of matches. Moxley could face the family members sequentially, testing his skills, endurance, and strategic thinking. Even if he doesn't win every match, these encounters highlight his resilience and make victories feel earned. The gauntlet structure also provides a natural progression for the narrative, building anticipation, tension, and fan engagement as audiences speculate on outcomes. It's a storytelling technique that emphasizes drama, stakes, and character development over mere spectacle. Maintaining fan investment. The beauty of this storyline lies in its flexibility. AEW can explore character growth, faction dynamics, and long-term consequences. If Moxley faces setbacks, it can serve as a learning arc, prompting him to consider alliances or new strategies. If he achieves victories, it reinforces his persona and creates memorable, celebrated moments. Fans are invested because the storyline is unpredictable, yet grounded in character motivations, not contrived scenarios. Social media, discussion boards, and fan theories all contribute to an ecosystem of excitement that strengthens engagement. The role of AEW. Booking. For this angle to succeed, AEW must balance careful storytelling with pacing. Avoiding rushed resolutions or overcomplicated developments ensures that each character moment lands. The key is patience, allowing tension to build naturally, giving wrestlers room to showcase skill, and letting narrative consequences unfold organically. AEW's creative team can capitalize on Moxley's choice to craft memorable matches, promos, and conflicts that resonate for months, potentially defining 2025 for the promotion. Why fans care. Moxley's decision taps into a universal theme: the tension between independence and collaboration. It resonates because audiences see themselves in the dilemma, the storyline's emotional core. Honor, pride, and consequence creates a depth rarely seen in weekly wrestling programming. By respecting character motivations while exploring new dynamics, AEW turns a single rejection into a multi-layered narrative that engages both casual and die-hard fans. Possible outcomes. Several paths are possible for this storyline. Moxley could gradually dismantle the faction through strategy and perseverance, cementing his legacy. The Don Callis Family could face internal tensions, allowing other wrestlers to rise and evolve. Or a combination of setbacks and victories could highlight both the family's strength and Moxley's resilience, setting up a high-stakes payoff at a major event. Each scenario offers narrative satisfaction, showcases talent, and sustains fan excitement. Conclusion: a storytelling masterclass. Jon Moxley rejecting Don Callis was more than a plot twist. It was a catalyst for creative storytelling. It reinforces Moxley's character while creating stakes, drama, and fan engagement. The Don Callis family remains a fascinating faction with room for internal tension and external rivalry. AEW now has a narrative that can sustain months of compelling television, generating speculation, excitement, and emotional investment. By embracing the consequences of this decision and exploring character, has positioned itself for one of the most memorable storylines of the year. The brilliance of this setup is its simplicity. A single choice creates tension, opportunity, and unpredictability, all grounded in character, logic. Fans are talking, speculating, and invested, which is precisely what good wrestling storytelling aims to achieve. Moxley's independence, the Don Callis family strategy, and the potential for future conflicts ensure that AEW is poised to deliver engaging, character-driven programming that fans will remember for years to come. The war is only beginning, and the stakes are high, but that's exactly what makes this storyline exciting, unpredictable, and essential viewing.